Guys, this is just Martin91 and I'm reviewing Doctor Strange that came out last night in Canada and the US. It is directed by Scott Derrickson, a guy who in the last decade, I'd say, brought us a string of horror movies. The Exorcism of Emily Rose, The Earth is Still, Sinister, and Deliver Us from Evil. Considering these facts, I was skeptical when I heard his name brought up, but it was a pleasant surprise. I actually have to say, and this is a bold statement, I'd say. Well, I don't know. I am interested in your opinion. I do believe that visually this was the most amazing Marvel Cinematic Universe entry yet. Now, I'm not saying it is the best movie. I'm not saying that. It is a definitely top 10 contender, but visually it is the most stunning. And you think as the movies evolve, every one of them would, get a bit better, and the MCU was always good on that scale. But this one just blew it out of the ballpark, and I don't even know if Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be able to match it. And you know what? That is a tough statement, because I loved Guardians of the Galaxy 1. It was really visual, and 2 is probably going to be amazing as well, but that is not what I'm here to talk about. So, Benedict Cumberbatch portrays Doctor Strange. He is a neurosurgeon, perfect at his craft, and he knows it. Oh, boy, does he know it. And he rubs it in everybody's face, and he challenges everybody who steps in his way. Now, he meets a great challenge along his path when one night he gets into a car accident that wrecks his hands. Basically, that helped him in his career. And it's a really defining moment for him. He doesn't know where to go, and he's trying his utmost to alter every fact that's given to him, that it is an improbable fact that he can't get himself healed. So he's trying to defy all logic. He believes that if it was in his own hands, he would have been able to do it, which unfortunately it is not so. Point is, he takes some extreme measures to the point where he goes way beyond his reality, and to the point where he goes into areas that he does not believe. He arrives in front of the Ancient One, and he gets his revelation about what humanity is, what reality is, and what the world is, and he gets his eye opened, right? So basically, this alters his reality, his life, and gives him a new purpose. He wants to heal himself. That is why he goes there. This is all revealed in the trailer. But what he finds there is beyond himself, and he becomes a whole new person, to the point where he has to protect this world, because if he doesn't, it's going to consume all, right? He sort of gets a calling that he didn't expect. He went up there to get himself better. He went up there to get his hands healed. And what he finds is way beyond what he expected. Okay. Now, it does star Benedict Cumberbatch, as I said. His casting was really not last minute. It became apparent in 2014, and he was a runner-up for the longest time. Now, fans out there really wanted him to get the role. I mean, most people were saying that he is the best candidate, and honestly, for the looks of it, I certainly agree. And as acting-wise, he did a great tribute to the character, I feel. I never really saw a movie with him. Well, no. But Benedict Cumberbatch, of course, but portraying this character, so I can't compare. Neither animated nor live action. Comic-wise, I never really read the comics. I know friends who have, so I know of some elements of the stories and all that. I do love the links to the MCU, but it's not one of those things where you need to see the other movies. So if you're brand new to the franchise and you're just interested in this story because it seems intriguing and different from the other MCU entries, you would be absolutely right, because it's nothing like anything you've ever seen before. It is, in the most literal sense, a mind trip to the most extreme extents. It's amazingly scored by Michael Giacchino, the guy who scored Jurassic World, numerous Pixar movies, Zootopia as well. That's the latest Disney entry that we had. That's non-Pixar. He also scored Rise of the Planet of the Apes, War of the Planet of the Apes next year. He's also scoring Rogue One. as you can see, I'm a soundtrack fan, and Michael Giacchino is one of those people who I do follow. I was glad when I heard that he's scoring it. I heard the soundtrack way before the movie came out, and I'm gonna say I was indifferent. I didn't know what to think about it because it was different. It was different from any MCU soundtrack, so I was blown up by it. Not in a bad way. I was indifferent. So I watched the movie and it fit the bill, and I'm warming up to it. I absolutely love it. Okay, now the point. Tilda Swinton plays the Ancient One, and there was some criticizing over it. A lot of criticizing over it because of the gender of the character, which was portrayed by a male, and well, conceived as a male in the comics. That's how he was. That's how he was imagined, and Tilda Swinton made it apparent that basically it could be inherited to anybody. Like basically, the Ancient One is a Sorcerer Supreme, which could be passed on at any point. So who knows who gets it next, right? I mean, it is a nice idea, right? But it's different. It was different, and I guess some people can't accept change. I don't know. She worked in the movie. She really worked in the movie, and they actually made a joke in the movie, kind of aiming at this fact, and you're gonna see it when you see it. I won't spoil anything. Rachel McAdams plays Christine Palmer. It's sort of Doctor Strange's human link. It's to the she's a link to the human world even after he leaves. She was a fellow neurosurgeon. She was basically his second hand. I wouldn't say love interest. They had ups and downs, but nothing really happened among them. It was a life-altering event that happened to Stephen Strange, which affects Kristen as well, in a sense. One last thing I'd like to add is Mads Mikkelsen as Caecilius, I think that's he's pronounced. He, I believe, did an amazing job. It's, honestly, people are still debating. I see the MCU fan pages on Facebook and all that, who are the best villains and all that, and I'm not saying he's the best one. He's just among them, right? I loved his portrayal of Caecilius. He did an amazing job. And Carl Mordo, who was portrayed by Chiwetel Ejiofor, he did an amazing job as well. He was a good second half to Benedict Cumberbatch's character, and he helped him kind of embrace the fact where he was, who he was becoming. And you never know, where the story's going. And what I loved about this movie, I absolutely loved, is that the trailer itself didn't reveal much. Especially of specific sequences that, well, they just need to be seen as... You'll see what I mean. I'm interested in what you're going to think about the movie. Please let me know down in the comment section below. Yeah, I'd love to talk to you guys later. Have a good one.